The New York Jets have found their next superstar, and it is at a position that is perfect for their needs, as he is drawing comparisons to some of the greatest players of all time. Meanwhile, Jets fans are pretty fired up about the fact that there has been a lot of discourse regarding the team, and insiders do not seem to be believing in the Jets at all, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jets Digest. It's Chris and Matt here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. Guys, if you're part of that good old 68% that's not subscribed to Jets Digest, make sure to subscribe right now for all that great Jets content every single day. But we got a lot to talk about, so let's jump into it. The New York Jets have found their next superstar player, and it is at a position that they have been waiting to find a star at for a while, and that is none other than their new tight end, second-round pick, Mason Taylor. Matt, we've talked about this before, but second-round tight ends have been very, very successful over the last few seasons. The hit rate has been far better than what we've seen in the first round, as we've seen guys like Kyle Pitts go in the first round and sort of sputter throughout his career, and guys like that. Meanwhile, the Sam Laportas and Trey McBrides of the world have shown why picking a tight end in the second round is absolutely the right way to go. And if you ask me or Matt, and people might get mad at this, Trey McBride is better than Sam Laporta, despite what anyone might tell you. But that's not the point of the video. The point is the fact that the New York Jets, they went that route of a second round tight end in Mason Taylor, someone who was not expected to be available at that 42nd overall pick for the New York Jets, considering how highly rated of a tight end prospect he was, and especially considering that Colson Loveland and Tyler Warren went in the top 15. There was a lot of reason to believe the Jets would not be able to land Taylor, but all of that did not happen. The Jets landed the young man who was once a Jets fan growing up, and now this is the perfect move for him. Now, there's been a lot of discourse surrounding Taylor, and it was mentioned by Brian Baldinger that when you watch Mason Taylor run, there's just not a lot of guys that are that big at 6'5", 250 pounds, and are that smooth. Look, the production of Travis Kelce is off the charts, but he looks like Travis Kelce when he's running, drawing a lot of Travis Kelce comparisons, and this is kind of what we've seen from Mason Taylor as well throughout his career, Matt. I mean, 3 years at LSU, had a total of 1,308 yards, was a very involved player in the offense, even in his freshman year, playing a total of 38 games there, had 38 receptions in 22, 36 in 23, and 55 in 24. And in that final year, his best year there, he had 546 yards, 10 yards per reception, getting 2 touchdowns as well, and 45.5 yards per game. So we saw him truly break out into one of the great tight ends in college football, especially playing in the SEC, the best conference in college football. There's a lot to like about Mason Taylor. It was a great pick.
Yeah, so this is obviously a very lofty comparison. He hasn't played a single game, comparing him to probably the second best tight end of all time. But we got to remember this is a style comp, not a actually skills comp. He's not saying he's going to be the next Travis Kelce. He's just saying he plays like him. And we got to remember Travis Kelce was a third round pick coming out of Cincinnati. He wasn't expected to be the next huge big thing when he was drafted. He wasn't expected to be a Hall of Famer. He wasn't expected to be someone who's going to put up a disgusting amount of yards, which he has accomplished in his career. Part of that, most of it's his talent. Obviously, part of that's Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, but obviously a great talent. And I'm very happy that we have a tight end who is being comped to this player. And I think we can absolutely agree with Baldinger here because he does look kind of like Travis Kelce. His routes are really well ran. He's a better route runner than Tyler Warren. Now, I understand Tyler Warren does other things better, but we needed passing weapons for Justin Fields, and we got an absolutely amazing route runner, very strong hands, very sure hands, very good receiving threat for Justin Fields. I think the New York Jets absolutely nailed this pick. I know me and you, we were planning right tackle round 1, tight end round 2, and people, didn't like that in the comments, but I'm not going to say we were right because I will say we were right if it works, and I think it will work because I think we got 2 really good prospects when it comes to these 2 positions of need.
I agree. And I think, specifically regarding the Travis Kelce comparisons as well, and again, it's style. It's not saying he's going to be the next Travis Kelce. If you see a tight end and they're projected to be the next Travis Kelce, look, they're going in round 1. Everyone understands that. He's one of the greatest tight ends of all time. But something to be aware of before fans in a few months when the NFL season begins in September and everyone kind of looks at Taylor if he doesn't get off to some gangbuster start. Remember, it's not like Travis Kelce walked into the NFL as a third-round pick and was instantly great. First of all, his first year or two, was with Alex Smith as the quarterback. It wasn't always Patrick Mahomes throwing to Travis Kelce. And on top of that, Kelce was a solid tight end when his career started. He was good, but he wasn't who he became later on. And yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of that credit does go to Andy Reid, who's been the coach there forever, especially for Travis Kelce, but also having Patrick Mahomes come in and be the most talented player in the history of football. But where things stand for everything, I think it's going to be something for Mason Taylor that he's going to be someone who, yes, is going to have an impact in year one. We know Justin Fields likes to throw to his tight ends. We know that Jeremy Ruckert and Mason Taylor are going to be on the field a good amount, considering the Jets want to pound the rock. They want to run the ball a lot. They have 4 different guys who are very talented rushers in Breece Hall, Isaiah Davis, Braylon Allen, Justin Fields. They have a lot of great guys to rush the ball. And Taylor, not exactly a great blocking tight end right now. He's younger. It's going to take some time for that part of his game to develop because it's partially just being 21. You don't have that full-grown man strength yet that these behemoth edge rushers who are 350 pounds and 6'7" are going to have. That's maybe a bit of an overshot, but same point applies. And so you look at where Taylor's at. It might take a year or two for him to really, really get going because he is young. The Jets picked a young tight end, and this is a young Jets team that no one's really saying, all right, well, the Jets are just going to come out and instantly be this phenomenal team. And that was highlighted by Rich Cimini and ESPN, as it was mentioned that the Jets right now, post-free agency power rankings, or post-draft power rankings, I should say, are ranked 30th in the power rankings. After free agency, they're ranked 27th. So I guess not everyone loved the Jets draft. Now, it was highlighted by Rich Cimini that the most improved position is the offensive line. I agree. I think tight end could also get that credit as well, just because how weak the tight end position was for the New York Jets going into the draft, and drafting a guy like Taylor definitely has an impact on that. But just diving into what Rich Cimini said, basically, he mentioned that, quite frankly, the Jets haven't made significant immediate improvement in any one area, but the offensive line improved in the long term as Armand Membo replaces the venerable Morgan Moses, who went to the Patriots at right tackle. The Jets will miss Moses' experience and savviness, but Membo brings power, speed, and explosiveness to the position. With 4 returning starters and Membo, the offensive line under construction for a few years now finally has a chance to really be something special and stay something special. Now, Matt, I agree the offensive line is the most improved position because you look at it, it was a good offensive line. We're going to assume, since he was the 7th overall pick, that Membo is going to work out and be what's expected of him. We're not going to say he's going to be the future greatest right tackle of all time, but we're going to assume that what he is what everyone expects. The Jets are going to have one of the best offensive lines in football very, very soon. So I think that position is what improved the most. I also think that tight end should get some credit there as well, just because how thin the position was in bringing in Taylor.
Well, I wish I could sit here and argue against the 30 spot ranking for the New York Jets, but yeah, when it comes to the New York Jets, you got to put someone down there. And right now, we don't know exactly who the worst team is going to be, and chances are the Jets are not going to be that low come the end of the season. We are very high on Aaron Glenn here. We think he's going to be able to turn things around. And we're not saying the Jets are going to be amazing. We're not saying they're going to make the playoffs. We're just saying they're going to be better than 30. But, I understand why ESPN or Sports Illustrated, whoever's doing the power rankings, puts the New York Jets down there. But it's time to turn some heads. The New York Jets have been the laughingstock of the NFL for way too long. It's time to make a difference. And I think we got Aaron Glenn, a coach with the right mentality to inspire a change like that. Someone who, he says it's time to win right now, and I think players are gonna get on board with what this guy's about immediately, and I can't wait to see how it shakes out.
I agree, especially considering how the Jets have been targeting personnel, like how last year the big thing is this is a roster, not a team. This Jets team, it's a
you
team.
mean personalities?
Personalities, not personnel.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. But so with the way that it works, this is gonna be a team that what we're expecting is not a team that's gonna be like, well, guess the playoffs are out of reach, like last year's team that it kind of felt like, well, guess the playoffs, what are we playing for? This Jets team is something that Aaron Glenn, if he sees that from one week to the next, there's a regression, if he had hair, he'd tear it out. Like, this is a team we're expecting them to get better from week to week to week, that at the end of the season, we're seeing the best version of this New York Jets team, because that's what Aaron Glenn wants. He wants this team to continue to work and grind and improve and keep going. And basically, they're going to see that 30. Aaron Glenn's probably going to tape that to the wall somewhere and be like, this is what they think of you. Prove them wrong. So I'm excited to see it, Matt.
Yep, I absolutely think we can outdo that. Let's see how it works out.
Let's see how it works. Guys, what do you think the Jets will finish at in the power rankings, or just overall record? Where do you have the Jets sitting at the end of the season? Give us your record predictions down below. Obviously, there will be a few more subsequent moves that do happen in this offseason period, but probably nothing too major. But who knows? Make sure to subscribe to Jets Digest, like this video, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Jets.